Hey everyone, welcome back to FT News. I'm Myra. So, For All Mankind Season 5 ends in a very strange way because emotionally it feels massive. Scientifically it changes humanity forever, but structurally the finale also feels surprisingly quiet compared to previous seasons. Usually the show ends with huge jaw-dropping moments that completely shake the entire world. And technically Season 5 does that too. But this finale feels more melancholic, reflective, and mysterious rather than explosive. By the end of the episode, humanity discovers life beyond Earth. Kelly Baldwin sacrifices herself. Mars becomes even more politically unstable. And then the final scene suddenly jumps to 2020 and reactivates a forgotten Soviet spacecraft that may completely change the direction of Season 6. So, let's break down everything that happened, because the finale actually leaves a lot of important details hidden beneath the emotional moments. The biggest storyline in the finale is obviously Kelly Baldwin and the Titan mission. For years, For All Mankind has slowly been building toward humanity discovering extraterrestrial life. And now it finally happens. Kelly and her team discover evidence of life inside Titan's oceans. Now technically the show never fully confirms giant alien creatures or intelligent life, but the movement beneath the water strongly suggests that what they found may be much larger and more complex than simple bacteria. And honestly, that final underwater sequence is one of the most beautiful moments the show has ever done. Because for the first time in the series, humanity is no longer completely alone. Everything changes after this discovery. Scientifically, philosophically, politically, spiritually, humanity's entire understanding of existence changes forever. But the show balances that massive discovery with tragedy. Because Kelly sacrifices herself so the others can survive. And this moment hits even harder because the Baldwin family has basically carried the emotional core of this show since Season 1. Every generation of Baldwins has sacrificed something for space exploration. Ed lost Karen. Shane died. Danny destroyed himself emotionally. And now Kelly becomes another tragic part of that family legacy. Her suffocating while watching the others survive is honestly devastating because she finally achieves the dream humanity has chased for decades, but she doesn't get to fully experience what comes after. And what makes the scene even sadder is how peaceful it feels. The show doesn't make her death overly dramatic. It feels lonely, quiet, and haunting. Almost like Kelly accepts that her life became part of something larger than herself. Now meanwhile on Mars, the finale takes a much darker turn. Miles ends up doing something absolutely brutal. He burns the invading forces alive inside the command center. And honestly, this may be one of the darkest things any main character has done in the entire series. Because unlike accidental deaths or space disasters, this is deliberate. Miles chooses violence. He chooses survival through brutality. And for a moment, the finale makes it seem like this decision will completely destroy him emotionally. But then something strange happens. The show almost moves on too quickly. Instead of massive consequences, Miles actually ends up elevated into a more powerful leadership position on Mars. And that creates this weird emotional disconnect in the finale. Because the show presents his actions as horrifying, but the aftermath feels surprisingly light. That's honestly why a lot of viewers may feel conflicted about the ending. The episode has huge emotional moments, but it doesn't always fully deal with the consequences afterward. Still, thematically, I think the Mars storyline is showing how survival on other planets is slowly forcing humanity to become more ruthless. Mars is no longer just scientific exploration anymore. It's becoming political territory, military territory, economic territory, and eventually probably independent territory too. Now let's talk about the final scene, because this is where the finale becomes extremely interesting. After Kelly's death, the episode suddenly jumps forward to the year 2020 while Blinding Lights plays in the background. And immediately something feels off. Instead of showing futuristic cities or advanced colonies, the show focuses entirely on the abandoned Soviet spacecraft Mars 94 drifting silently through space. Now, if you remember, Mars 94 was abandoned back in Season 3 after catastrophic engine failure during the Mars race. For years, it has basically been dead in space. But suddenly its systems reactivate. Its computer turns back on. And the show intentionally refuses to explain why. That final moment is clearly setting up the central mystery of Season 6. The biggest question is this: what woke Mars 94 back up? And honestly, there are several possibilities. The simplest explanation is that it's just a random power recovery or delayed system reboot after years drifting through space. But this show usually doesn't do things randomly. Everything has narrative meaning. And because the finale already introduced possible extraterrestrial life on Titan, the timing of Mars 94 reactivating feels very suspicious. It's possible the ship drifted into some unknown region of space. Maybe it encountered something. Maybe it detected something. Or maybe someone activated it remotely. The show intentionally keeps it mysterious. But the important thing is this: For All Mankind is clearly preparing to move beyond the solar system storyline we've followed for years. Season 5 feels like the transition point where humanity stops simply colonizing planets and starts confronting the possibility that space may not be empty at all. And honestly, that's both exciting and terrifying. Because one thing this series always does well is grounding huge science fiction ideas emotionally. Even when the show becomes massive in scale, it still focuses on human consequences. Fear, grief, ambition, loneliness, sacrifice. That's why the final image of Mars 94 floating silently in deep space feels so eerie. It represents humanity pushing further into the unknown than ever before. And now something may finally be pushing back. Overall, I do think Season 5's finale is uneven compared to previous finales. Some storylines needed stronger emotional fallout, especially the Mars conflict. But the episode still succeeds at setting up a fascinating final chapter for the series. Kelly's sacrifice changes humanity forever. The discovery on Titan opens the door to extraterrestrial life. Mars continues becoming politically unstable. And Mars 94 reactivating may become the biggest mystery the show has ever introduced. Season 6 now feels less like a story about the space race and more like a story about humanity confronting what truly exists beyond Earth. And honestly, that direction could make the final season the most ambitious one yet. Thank you for watching this video, sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one.